Good morning everyone. It's 5:30 in the morning. 5:40. We're on our way up to Baguio. Lexus naman ang dala natin today. So we are going to be checking and we'll be able to compare yung consumption nito dun sa Terra. Kasi remember ko yung Terra before we were able to do the whole trip with one tank of gas na may sobra pa. So tingnan natin. Ito medyo wala akong tiwala na kaya ito ng isang tank of gas lang. Medyo matakaw sa gas to. But we'll see if how much is the consumption of this Lexus. Good morning.
Morning.
So we're on our way up. Tapos we'll be testing out some few restaurants also. May bago restaurant ka na sa isip.
Bago on my list.
See you in Baguio. On our way back na to Manila. We're stopping by Clark for a workout. Wala rin kami masyadong nagawa dito sa Baguio because of the weather. As you can see, grabe yung ulan. We only had dinner twice. Wala na kami ibang kinainan sa labas.
Except yung doon sa venue.
Sa venue lang.
Basketball court.
So we haven't, hindi pa kami nagpapagas. We are a little bit before 1/4, before 1/2 ang naubos na gas paakyat. So we're going to see if we're going to be able. Ang plano ko pagdating na sa baba ng all these twisties mountains, yun doon sa bago pumasok ng T-Plex, there's a shell there, doon tayo magpagas, and then pagas ulit pagdating ng Manila so we can total how much yung cost ng gas for the trip. Okay, see you in Manila. Hello, we're finally back in Manila. Kaya traffic na naman.
Well, it's traffic in Baguio.
Yeah, Baguio is no longer fun. Grabe na ang traffic. So, we just pinagasan lang natin yung Lexus when we got to Manila. So, total consumption, we back and forth, Manila to Baguio, Baguio to Clark, kasi nag-stop kami sa Clark pa uwi. That's where we had our dinner. Tapos bago umuwi ng Manila. Total is 548 kilometers. We consumed how many liters? 58.98 liters of gas. So that puts us at 9.29 kilometers per liter. Takaw nga, no? Takaw nga tong Lexus. Because comparatively, I have the numbers here nung nag-Terra last time we went up to Baguio. So the route was slightly shorter kasi nag-Canon kami paakyat. Ngayon, Marcos Highway both ways. Last time with the Terra, we took the Canon going up and Marcos Highway coming down. Ang route namin before was 533 kilometers and what we consumed was 47.2 liters. So ang consumption namin with the Terra was 11.2 kilometers per liter. So medyo malaki-laki yun. That's how many percent? That's 15%? Tama na, more or less 15 to 20% more economical yung Terra. Since it's not really diesel is not significantly cheaper, but it is cheaper than premium gasoline. So mas tipid talaga. So next time talaga we're going to use the Terra.
Okay.
So we're going to use the Terra next time, not the Lexus. Though comfort-wise, ayun pala napansin ko. In papers, the Lexus has more horsepower than the Terra. Yung torque numbers ang hindi ko sure. I think mas malakas yung torque ng Terra because doon ko na feel when you're overtaking, mas may konting bitin ito. I'm not saying mahina to, malakas to. Pero the initial movement niya, mas nagustuhan ko yung torque power nung Terra. I'm not sure if it's the transmission of this or talagang ganun yung torque nito. I know kasi this engine is not really malakas in terms of torque, but the horsepower is strong. So here, with the Lexus, if you're on a flat level, this thing zooms really quick. As in, this is fast. Pero pag medyo uphill and you're trying to overtake, I felt the Terra was better in climbs than this. So I guess that's the diesel part that makes it better for climbs talaga. Kasi diesels are more known for their torque. Plus, malakas din naman yung torque nung Terra as compared to this. So yun yung I think the difference. Comfort wise, of course, this rides better, mas walang tagtag kasi it is still a lowered car. It's not really mataas na gulong, di ba? Tsaka suspension nito is better. It's how do you explain it? Mas malambot yung suspension nito, mas hindi matagtag. But the Nissan, kasi the Terra is one of the most comfortable in terms of SUV in that class.
Which one? The Terra?
The Terra, compared to Montero, compared to Fortuner pinakatagtag. Compared to the Everest, the Terra is known to be the most comfortable one. Pero syempre, kung compare mo dito, iba naman, medyo unfair. Plus, the suspension of Lexus is always known to be one of the most plush, right? So, comfort-wise, of course, this is better. But I'm not saying na hindi komportable sa Terra. I love the ride of the Terra. So that's it. So that's our trip to Baguio. That's the cost that we incurred when it comes to gasoline. Yung toll, you just watch my old video so you know how much is the toll that we spent going up and down Baguio. And I'm making another video for the restaurants that we ate at in Baguio.
Yum!
Yum, no. But abangan nyo yun, the next video about the food. That's something you really want to watch. I forgot to add pala, this trip was the first time ko nasubukan din yung Blackhawk tires on the Lexus for a long run. Kasi madalas city ko lang nagagamit tong Lexus. And I was very impressed kasi una, tahimik yung gulong. It wasn't noisy. The comfort was, I couldn't tell the difference between this and the older tire. I think we were on Goodyear before, and I couldn't really tell the difference na if this was louder. So that's a testament na these tires are actually pretty comfortable, and at the same time it's not noisy. But what surprised me the most was when we were up in Baguio for the 3 days we were there, it was non-stop raining. As in, madulas yung kalsada. There was a lot of alam mo yung, hindi baha, pero yung may sheet of water sa mga kalsada na makikita mo pag may dumaan na mga motor, nag-hydroplane. And then we took this out when we had a dinner. Nadadaanan namin yun, but I never felt that we were losing traction. Tapos yung paakyat pa ng hotel namin, which that was more than a 45-degree incline. While we were there, we saw a few cars having trouble getting up, as in they were screeching their tires para lang makaakyat. This had no issues at all, no slip, akyat, as in the traction was good even when it was raining hard, as mayroong sheet of water doon. So that was a good thing. And then true enough na, diba, I was telling you na parang nabibitin ako with the Lexus when it comes to overtaking. So I did check the numbers of the Terra compared to this. Horsepower wise, this had 275 horsepower. Yung sandali, may umuubo ginugulo ko. So yun nga, I compared the engine specs of the Lexus and the Terra. The Terra had 190 horsepower compared to this one's 275. So talaga mas malakas ito in terms of horsepower. But when it comes to overtaking and climbing, it's not the horsepower that counts, it's the torque. The torque numbers for this 3.5 liter V6 is 350 Newton meters of torque, which is pretty strong. But you have to rev up your engine at around 4,000 something to get that max power. The Terra, on the other hand, being a diesel engine, even though the engine is smaller, has 450 Newton meters of torque at 2,000 RPM. So talagang at 2,000 RPM pa lang, kuha mo na yung maximum number of torque. That's why it was easier to climb and to overtake with the Terra. And that makes a lot of sense then, because a diesel engine are really much more powerful when it comes to torque. Yun naman ang lamang ng diesel. So that's it, guys. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. Bye. Abigail, bye.